everybody, and welcome in. My name is Yolanda Roos. You are watching my channel of Facilitated Light, Well-Being, seeking after your highest good, living your most authentic life, learning what you need to do for your shadow work. We have Mercury retrograde coming in. Welcome back. If you'd like to subscribe, hit that button. Not necessary, but it helps to grow the channel. Oh, people going by outside. So I just took a shower. It's the evening, or it's starting to be evening, but I figured I would do a quick video. I have to work early in the morning, so you get me in the evening on this day, because I do not do videos at 4 in the morning. Not usually. So we're going to just tap in, and I've asked the guides and the powers that be, what message do you have for the collective? I'm not sure if this is going to be long or short. We're going to see. I don't know what they have to say to you. All right, what do we need to know as a collective? What is the topic of the day? Oh, there's one. What is the topic of the day? Here, let's take that. And we'll take that. Oh. So we got 4 cards. Bottom of the deck is Ace of Cups in reverse. Self-care, taking care of yourself, being aware of your emotions. Mercury retrograde, like I said, is coming in, so it could be something that's dealing with how you feel, how you love, your self-worth, how you're communicating, things of that nature. It could have nothing to do with Mercury. We'll see. But this is Ace of Cups, how I read it, is usually about self-love. It's because usually in the upright, it's new feelings of love, new emotions, new attachments to things. So it could be like you start to feel a different way about somebody, something, or some, in general. But this, how I read it, is that it's usually self-love, self-appreciation, considering the self. So I feel like this is going to be something that is forefront for this reading. Your first card out is the Tower in reverse, and this is avoiding a tower moment, but the fact that the tower moment could come means that there is something that is destined or supposed to be for you, and when a tower moment happens, it's because you're not letting go and allowing it to happen. It's not always meant to be so devastational. It's that there is something for you, there's something that you're supposed to have, and you are blocking it, so that the universe / your guides have to make something happen to bring that situation down, to create a new scenario, because there is something beautiful for you, or something that's supposed to come in. This one makes me feel like there is something that you do or you're doing. Could be the shadow work, it could be you realize something, it could be the epiphany that makes you go, oh, I don't want that, or doing something different. So you are avoiding a tower moment, and I think at this moment it is probably dealing with the fact that you are learning something, you are moving to another thing, you are realizing maybe that opportunity that was for you that you were not really considering, or you didn't want to change, you didn't want to be flexible. You may have seen something, you could have watched this video and you're like, oh, and you realize something, and the universe is like, oh, we've got all these people talking to the crowds and talking to the collective, inspiring them to deal with their work, because I'm not the only one that's doing this. There's multiple people on the channel. You just have to find the person that resonates with you, or that resonates with what you are dealing with. That's usually why you get attached, or you like a certain reader, because they are on the same path, or they're bringing you the message that's for you specifically in the collective, because we all kind of are talking about the same thing, but we all perceive it or bring it to our people in a different way. So the first card that you have is that you've avoided a tower moment, or you're going to avoid a tower moment by understanding or being able to accept this new life opportunity, this new thing. The next card is your 6 of Swords, and that is learning the lesson. That's why I feel this is why, because if you've learned the lesson, or you've understood what they're trying to tell you, you may have avoided the tower moment, because you may have been in a cyclical type of pattern that you were repeating things, or you were doing things not realizing it was causing you to have to keep dealing with stuff. And there was a lesson or something in your life, a trial that you went through, and you figured it out. You found what you, or you might have found, this is what just came to me, you might have found direction. Like you might have been struggling and struggling. We've all been hanging in 4D, like trying to figure out where the hell we are. I don't know if you felt it, but I have. Anybody that's seeking to go to a higher level, to a better place, a better mental place, you're kind of floating in liminal space because you've left 3D, which is that heavy. You're seeing that you don't want that. That's, I guess, the easiest way to explain it. You're seeing that you don't want that. You don't want to be stirred up. You want a peaceful life. You want to help people. You don't hate everybody. But now you've come here, which is the 4. And 4D is time and space, so you haven't landed in the next spot, so you're kind of like almost straddling, like your toe might be just about ready to touch there and it's still touching 3D, because we live in 3D, we're coming from 3D. So as we're transitioning, I feel like in this transition or in this time space, the reason that you don't have to have a tower moment is because you have accepted something, you have grown, you have learned the lesson, you have realized maybe now what you want to do or what you want to wait to do, because you see, oh, that's not going to work out, or what, I think I'm just going to do this, or I'm going to do this. I know what I want to do now, because we had a lot of clouds over our eyes, our brains, and fog. And for a while, like other readers were even saying it, I can't see too far into the future, because what's happening is this new future, this new era that's coming in is being written by us as we see it. So it's hard to really, they can kind of have little glimpses of the overall energy that's being presented, but how it plays out, it's up to us as that collective. We actually have the future in our hands, legit. So the decisions we make, how we respond to things, what we're focusing on for ourselves, whatever, or the fact that if we're unplugging from the matrix, or we're unplugging from people telling us what we need to do, we are actually taking our life back into our own hands. And not that it's not easy, because we're so programmed to let everybody tell us what we're supposed to do. And the powers that be are like, oh my gosh, we're losing power over everybody, because we are finally realizing, I don't want what you're giving me. I don't want to eat the soup anymore that you're feeding me. I want X, Y, and Z. Or I want to just do my own thing. I don't want to be plugged into everybody. And the next card that came out for you is this one here. And this is 3 of Pentacles. And this is waiting for your people to come in and help you. Like, this is all the people need it. So you've learned the lesson. I almost feel like you've learned that you don't have to do everything by yourself. That might be partly for somebody, that you will accept help from people. Like in this card, it's usually like a church with a stained glass windows, and the idea is that there's an architect, there's a builder, and then there's the clergy. Like there's different components that are needed to complete a project. And what's happening is that I think we're learning that we each play a part, and there's something we are giving to humanity. Like I'm a healer. I am a light worker in an essence of speaking, but I'm a healer. I am a come alongside you and help you through this transition. That's what my goal is. That's what is resonating in my soul, that I'm not here, like I'm learning. And I don't mean to sound arrogant, but I am here to learn what I need to learn, to help everybody to find the way, to find the truth, to be able to be that child that's out of the box. Remember we talked, if you watched yesterday's video, I said, you can't put me back in the box. Once I awoke, I broke that box open. But I'm living in my own power. So I am here to help people live in their own power. And as we all live in our own power, that's why it starts with you. Your smile makes somebody else smile. You being what you need to be shows that somebody else might have the confidence to live the way they're supposed to be. So as we come together collaboratively, ooh, that was a funky word, collaborator. Jumble over my words. Mercury retrograde's coming. It will make you speak funny. By having your components in your life, in the world, this is a collective reading. So everybody is needed. Say there's 3 different points, okay? Everybody's needed, and we're realizing and we're taking our positions, okay, and we're needed. And then you also have this one here, and this is 3 of swords, no, wands, 3 of wands in the reverse. This means that there's going to be a delay. You gotta have patience, because we talked about this again. This is a slow moving energy. This is not quick, because this transition is very, 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 very intense. It is major. And the powers that be that are good, I think, are taking pity on us, and they are allowing us to float into this instead of being like, okay, here you go, you need to do it. And you're like, you're not used to it. So this is patience. This is Mercury retrograde. So you're avoiding a tower moment. You've learned a lesson, and you're realizing that you need help, or you need to get the components together to do something you're doing. So this could be on a collective level, that we're working on something, we're planning stuff, we're working together to bring everybody up into a higher frequency. Or in your own life, you could be learning lessons, getting extra help, or the things you need in place, but you need to be patient, because Mercury retrograde is going to delay you a little bit, or I feel like it's saying, you're doing it right, you've understood, you've learned a lesson, but know that it's not going to unfold as quickly as you would like to see it. So don't get frustrated, don't get upset, don't go back to that thing that you used to do that you figured out and you learned. You get the people in place, you get things going, and you start working on things one at a time. This is like, it's just going to be a delay, because this is the woman, she's standing, and it's supposed to be portraying she's waiting for her ships to come in. That's the energy of this card, and that is a waiting. That you've planted the seed, you understood what you wanted, you figured it out, now you planted it in the ground, and now you've got it covered up. You're waiting for the sprouts to come up, you're waiting for the things to unfold, or to open the business, or to buy that house, or to go on a vacation, or you want to move. Okay, you've decided, I want to move, I'm looking for work, I put a bid on a house, or I'm saving, but now you're in the waiting period. You have to wait to get enough money, you have to wait for a closing to go through, you have to wait for a new job to come in. It's coming. Just know that whatever it is you're wanting, whatever it is you're working on, you have to be patient. You have to take care of yourself. And I feel like with this self-care thing, with the bottom of the deck, you have to take care of yourself, because some of the things might not be coming in until you're ready to handle them. And it's not like, oh, you're not good enough. It's that there is so much that's coming in, and there's so much that's filtering down through, that you may have to have a little bit of an adjustment period to make sure that you are ready, because they want you to succeed. The powers that be and this new cycle, they want you to succeed and do well and thrive, but it might be laying down the groundwork slow. It's like the Knight of Pentacles. It's a slow moving, methodical, laying down the groundwork and building it at this pace, not just like whoosh and it's there. So slow and steady wins a race. Patience, that's very hard for people, especially I did struggle with this. I'm doing much better, but you need to be patient. You need to know that it's flowing exactly the way, and this space and time, and it's going exactly the way it's supposed to be. And when it needs to change, it will change. When it's time, it will be time. There's no stopping it. When something is yours, it's yours. It's just a matter of divine timing, or being ready for it. Like, it's going to be held for you. Or if it's not, you're going to have a tower moment, and it's going to give it to you, because you're going to be taken from one thing and put into another thing. Okay? Am I in my head or in my heart? And this means, am I being too logical? Am I being in the programming? Am I in ego? Am I thinking on everything? Am I not really connecting it to the heart space, which is your intuition? It's your knowledge of being connected to God, monad, the divine. The intuition part is the part that tells you the gut, that's not right, or something isn't going right, or I feel like I need to do this. And it's not like a fight or flight thing. It's like, it's a gut instinct. That is the heart. The mind is the ego, the programming, the logic of this is how it's supposed to be. It's like the mind controls this paradigm, and think of it as the heart controls the spiritual, the stuff you can't see, the logic that's not, it doesn't make sense. It's not supposed to make sense, because the heart space is feminine. It's feels, it's intuition. It's spiritual in an essence that it comes from a different place that you can't explain. It's your guides, it's protection, it's your angels. It's just that inkling that you're like, yeah, something's not right, or I need to go for it. That's the energy. So it says on the back, what is the quality of your self-talk? Our brain is like a muscle. If we condition it daily, the fears and limitations will take over. Okay, so that's what they're also, that's that self-love thing. Okay, I get it. The self-love is your mind is programmed to tell you what the world wants you to do. And if you're not fitting in that paradigm, or you're trying to grow and expand, your heart space is connected to you, the soul you, what you're supposed to be doing, how you're supposed to be, exploring and being a part of this world, and what you're supposed to be learning. And your mind, which is the masculine part, is the part that's very logic. It's very much been controlled. It's been programmed since you're a kid. It's the rules and regulations. It's how you're supposed to do things, okay? So if you're also in a mindset that you think you're supposed to be something, you could be programming yourself to be upset or damaging yourself because you maybe aren't living up to those standards, or you don't want to, but your mind is like, but that's what you're supposed to do. That's what's normal. And you're like, I just want to be normal. And like, there's no such thing as normal. So take that out of your head. You are different, special, and unique. You should not be like everybody else. And being normal is quite boring, okay? Because that means you're a robot and you just do everything that everybody tells you. Boring. Okay. Mastering our thoughts is about being the creator of your own life. Where your head meets your heart is where miracles happen. So that's why they talk about being in your head and your mind. It comes together, the words that come out. So your throat is like the throat chakra has the lapis lazuli, blue stones, and things like that. Your words will project out the combination of the two, okay? But it says a soul action today. Master your mind. Watch an inspiring video, do some tapping, read an empowering book, write out all the reasons why you believe in yourself and your dreams. It's just reaffirming something that helps you to be concreted in yourself. The video, or that the bottom of the deck, was self-love, taking care of you, taking care of the vessel, not what the world wants you, taking care of what you need, healing your body, being allowed to do your things. Duality, masculine, feminine. There's yin and yang, and I think it's yin. I always want to say yin. It's yin and yang, and that's the masculine and feminine, shadow, light, whatever. It's not, there's no good or bad when it comes to it, really, because there's the dark side of something and the light side of something. There is the positive aspect and the negative aspect. You could be in a good situation and there's a negative aspect. You could be in a negative situation and there's a positive aspect. They all balance each other, and a man and a woman have to come together to make a baby. So you need both sides. There's not one that's better than the other. You cannot make a baby. You cannot make a union for conception. I'm not talking about your personal preference of love. To make a baby, you need a man and a woman, and they come together, because you cannot make a baby on your own, because you're still, if you're taking sperm and putting it inside of you, you still need the man. Okay, just so we clear that up. And duality also helps you to be not just in logic and not in your feels all the time. It's a balance. It's finding logic and compassion and putting it together for your decisions. If you're in fight or flight, you're probably making it out of your heart space. And that's why they say, oh, don't listen to your heart. Well, if you're in fight or flight, yeah, you might be careful, because if you're upset, you might do stupid things. But if you're just normal, some people are more, that's why they say women are more emotional, because they link it to the feminine thing. It's not that they're more emotional, it's that they feel. Where men, if you're a masculine man, because remember, in feminine and masculinity, that has nothing to do with anything spiritually. That is how you perceive. Are you a logic-based person, or are you an intuitive, heart-based person? That's the difference. Your masculine and femininity, that's just, they used to say, like, I think, and it might show up. If you're more feminine, you might like more emotional movies, and you might like it in your feels. You might like have to have more touch and physical things like that, where if you're in your logic, you're okay with program things and going to dinner and doing this and reading the paper and reading the books, and you don't need to be gushy because that's not really in your thing. But sometimes when the two pieces come together, they help the brain that is in logic to be more calm and like impulsive, and then the one that's in the impulsive in the heart space learns to be a little more balanced and less impulsive, so they don't become destructive. So when you bring two polarities together, you find a more balance. That's what the yin and yang is talking about. You need both sides to come together. And that's usually how your relationships work. You are usually attracted to someone that is totally opposite from you in most cases, not always, because they will complement you. You compliment them, they'll compliment you. They teach you, you teach them. Like you balance each other out, because then if you're both super impulsive, it's going to be destructive. If you're both very so down to earth, you're going to be boring as hell, or it's going to be stagnant. And I've seen it. Not that it can't work. You get my point. It's a generalization of how to look at it. Trust is your next card. Trusting in what's happening. Be patient. Trust in yourself. Trust in your intuition. Trust in what is telling you things. If you are not over exasperated and you are in a pretty stable place, if you're feeling something or you're getting a download in an essence, like you're feeling like, oh, I don't know if this is right, or I need to go for this. If I don't go, I feel like I'm going to miss out on it. You need to listen to it, okay? Because that's your gut instinct. That comes from the divine. It comes from your spirit guides, your angels, things like that. All right, one more message card. Let's see. I guess they're giving you a couple. Woo! He's talking a lot of crap. So you've got 3 here. We've got dip your toes in. Don't be afraid to live life. Experience it with all your senses. Yeah, they want you to like get out of the darkness, get out of that hanging spot. And I'm feeling it. Like I'm coming out of my, I call it a lull. I don't know if that, it's just, it wasn't like terrible. It wasn't traumatic. I wasn't really super depressed. I was just I get winter blues, but like I just wanted to be. Like I didn't want to be in a lot of places. I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do. I knew, I was okay. I was kind of just going through the motions because I wasn't sure, but I wasn't really inspired. But I wasn't like depressed or anything like that. I felt like boring. I don't know how to explain it. So it's saying, feel all of it and learn from the experiences you go through. Test the waters and then dive in. It's worth it. Don't be too scared to try new things, because fear will keep you from some of the most beautiful things, or your programming will keep you from it. I mean, you need to be careful, but sometimes you need to just live a little bit and be spontaneous. If you're a more calm person, you need to be spontaneous. And if you're always off the rocker, you need to like find something that grounds you so that you're not so unhinged, because there are people out there that they just don't think, they just do, and then they end up in all these situations, or they run into money problems, or they get with partners, and Okay, salty sea air is your next one. That's a Maine. As the breeze blows across the choppy sea, it collects the salt into its energy and essence. Allow the salty mist to calm, soothe, and protect you. If you are feeling tired or stressed, wash or soak in the warm, salty water. So that was it. It's grounding it. I didn't even realize that was what it was going to say. We need to be a living life, being open to things, but we also need to stay grounded. And that's important. And being grounded doesn't mean you don't do anything. It means that you are not making decisions with fight or flight or an over-exasperated nervous system, making choices in trauma. You need to bring yourself down, bring yourself in ground, because that's where you will tune into the good intuition. The knowledge from your guides can be downloaded. If you're too like up in the air and your anxiety's through the roof, you can't hear anything because all you hear is the anxiety, okay? Your last one is undercurrent. This one is, the lighthouse yells, be careful, there is danger. Hidden under the still waters, the rocks or undercurrent may not be seen, but it will pull you under and take you down. There are hidden dangers and obstacles in your life, so be prepared. Yeah, I feel like it's saying you need to live life, but you also need to ground, because there could be things that could come up in this time frame when we're kind of like trying to find our way and we're waiting, we're impatient. Be careful of what you're doing, but at the same time be open to new experiences if you can kind of get it. don't be haphazard. Make sure you're grounded. Make sure you're listening. You're maybe meditating or talking to the universe to see what you need. But you also need to be careful of putting yourself into situations that could be dangerous. Be careful right now. I'm going to say this. Online conversations, putting yourself in environments where it's not safe, going out at night, say if you're a woman or a single person or an older person, be careful going out at night by yourself. There's a lot of tension and a lot of aggravation going on in a lot of cities, and you need to be careful and protect yourself. It's not that they're wrong or right or anything. It's that you could get caught in the crossfire of something, or a fight or a protest, or you just don't realize what's going on out there. Be careful, especially on the big cities. They have a lot of stuff going on because they have a lot of people, they have a lot of cultures, a lot of things going on, a lot of tumultuous things, a lot of really big expensive stuff, and very poor people struggling. So be careful when you're going out. Use your judgment. Do you really need to be walking the streets in the middle of the night if you don't need to be? Maybe being in your house where it's safe. If you go out, maybe take the dog with you, take a friend with you, make sure you have your phone. Same thing if you're driving someplace. If you're going to drive someplace, make sure you have enough money for gas. Make sure you got your phone and it's charged. Make sure that you know where you're going. You have your signs, or you have your phone hooked to be able to find where you need to go, because if you get lost, you could put yourself in a lot of danger. Not even intentionally. You could have frostbite. You could get stuck on a road. You could go off the road, and if you have no service or you have no phone, you could die in your car. I mean, legit. And I don't want to see anything like that happening. I want you to live life, but I do not want you to die in the process or put yourself into situations that could put you in danger. And if you travel, you probably should travel with somebody, unless you're going on like a trip where you're catching a plane or something. Then you don't necessarily need to. But if you're traveling, it's always nice to have a companion or a traveling person with you. All right, so your last message to close this out is you need to get out and move around. Yeah, that's what they're saying. They want you to start getting out. They want you to start doing things slowly but surely. Start planning things to get yourself out, get out of the house, get out of your, winter blue type of things and stuff like that. Take a walk, visit friends, join a club, or just take a ride. You need fresh air or interaction with the outside world. I'm telling you, that's really what I think the big thing is. We went through so much stuff, and this transition of the years and not knowing what we're doing, and we kind of needed some self-reflecting time. Now we've had that time, and it was good. We needed to do it. So now that they're like, okay, you've been inside, you've been doing your reflecting, and if you've been doing the work and you're getting there, you're going to feel it stirring inside of you. If you still want to stay in your house, you probably still have some work to do. If you are feeling like, not that you want to go party and, go out every single day, but if you feel like, I think I might want to go out, or, maybe we should go to dinner, or, hey, I think I'm going to go to the thrift store and look around, or, hey, you want to, meet up for coffee or something. If you're feeling that little inkling to go out, it means that you are progressing, you are processing, and you are wanting to join back into society in an essence. You might still have anxiety, but you might finally want to reach out to that friend that's close to you. Hey, I haven't seen you. Do you want to meet up? We can, chit chat and have coffee. You don't have to be in society, but you are reaching out to somebody. So if you feel like you're having that inclination to want to talk to people or kind of get out more, or you feel like, I think I need to get out soon, or, I kind of been sitting around and you notice it. I've kind of been in my house. I haven't really doing too much. Maybe I need to get out there and do something. Then that is your guides talking to you. That is your intuition. It's your body maybe regulating. You've done some of the work and your body is like, okay, now we're okay to interact and get out and go see people or go out to the diner and eat. Because when you're in that over exasperated state and your nervous system is overstimulated, you don't want to go out. You just want to go home where you're comfortable, where you're safe, put your blanket on you, and you're home. Because I was dealing with it. I was going to work, doing it, had all these plans I might like to do, and then I just I just want to stay home. Because I was comfortable. I was safe. I didn't want to get stirred back up. I didn't want to get back in the car. I didn't want to go out in the cold. I didn't want to deal with people. I was like, yeah, I deal with people all day. I work in retail. Yeah, I'm good. I'm going to stay home. So guys, I hope this will help you taking care of yourself, finishing that shadow work, knowing that you're learning the lesson, you're getting there, and then taking it slowly, and knowing that Mercury retrograde is probably going to make you have to be a little patient for a little bit longer. Spring is almost here, and we'll be able to get out in the sunshine. All the snow dumping is not helping anybody to feel inspired, so maybe that's part of the delay. Maybe you just have to realize that, you know, nature's doing its thing, things are getting put back into place, we're almost there. So guys, have a great day. We'll see you soon.